My name is Shoshana Elkins. I'm the founder and executive director at Sequoia Springs Trauma Healing Center. We are a center that's dedicated to the comprehensive healing for trauma survivors. And there's lots of ways that people come into our doors. And a couple of years ago, we started a partnership with homicide survivors. And somewhere along the path of that, we had an idea of building a labyrinth, a way that we could do some collaborative work that allows for a place of healing. In our world, there's no way that there's not one answer to how we get through the hardships that we go through. There are many, many answers, and we need all of them sometimes. But what we need most of all is community. And so what we wanted to put together in this event and in this place was a place of community and connection and healing together, because we have to do this together. It's too much otherwise. And we are just grateful for this partnership. We are grateful that we get to be a part of the healing that people are going to be doing through this walk, through this labyrinth. This is going to be here for the Homicide Survivor Family Network for as long as we need it to be here, which they will be here. So we've created a process and a pathway to just have one more place of healing on this really hard journey. And we are so grateful for the opportunity to do this with you. And we appreciate you being here with us today. So thank you. And I want to introduce Denise and say thank you again for this partnership.
Hi everyone, my name's Denise Lay. I'm the Executive Director for Homicide Survivors. I really just want to say thank you to David here at the Heart of the Horse for this amazing opportunity to come together in community and collaborate in this amazing partnership, along with, of course, Sequoia Springs, also thinking of us and thinking of our survivors, and really just having a place where survivors are able to come and be outside and be in nature and be with animals and be together in community, I think is a very powerful place to be. And it's also a place where it can be whatever you need it to be. A place where you want to come and breathe or just, be, cry, laugh, just a nice, safe space where you're able to walk and just be in community and be with each other with open hearts together. So thank you so much for this opportunity to come together in this partnership. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. And I'd really like to introduce you to today Sylvia Alvarez, who is our amazing bilingual advocate here at Homicide Survivors. And as you all know, also Michael's mama, a survivor.
Welcome everybody. It's nice to see some of you that were here when we actually built it. So because they deserve to be remembered, because we are not alone in our grief and loss. We stand here in a sacred space created rock by rock, pebble by pebble, with intention, with sweat, with purpose, in a community of survivors. The warm Tucson sun shining down on all of the beautiful broken-hearted souls that day was truly a sight to behold. Carrying small boulders, one by one, placing them in order, designing, spacing, and envisioning the project at hand. Shovels filled with pebbles, raking and sweeping to form the walking path, operating heavy equipment, even feeding the horses, all the while bonding and connecting with each other. In nature, in harmony, united in community. To honor and to remember, demonstrating the true meaning of labor of love. Creating our very own safe space. A labyrinth created as a tool, a space to use as you wish, to calm, to quiet the mind, to reflect or reduce stress. Generally, when designing a labyrinth, it is believed that it should be designed so that you are facing a vista or a land feature you find most calming while standing at the entrance to begin your walk. So we're facing the Catalina Mountains. During my first visit to the Heart of the Horse Ranch, I felt a calmness, a sense of home, as I looked out towards the majestic Catalina Mountains. My son Michael's favorite place. Where he loved to hike, Finger Rock, Sabino Canyon, and Seven Falls, and even camp on Mount Lemmon. How fitting. For me, this was and is the perfect place for a respite, for checking out and checking in with ourselves, for recharging, refreshing, whatever your individual definition of self-care and mindfulness is. This was created for us survivors. Walking through our finished project at the end of the day, as the sun was setting, step by step, turn by turn, experiencing the feelings of accomplishment, pride, and joy. Although some were physically spent, a feeling of renewed energy emerged as we witnessed our completed labyrinth, the love and light of our spirits shining brightly that day. Having been impacted by trauma, to reflect in an environment that will provide a safe space for those on their own individual journey of grief and loss. Breathe in the knowledge that you are not alone. Here we stand in honor of our loved ones, dedicated to Darne and all of the victims gone too soon, in memory of those we have lost. We stand here alone, but together. A place for our hearts to heal, to find solace, if only for a little while, knowing that this was built with love and will live on, just like our love for those we grieve. A very heartfelt thank you to David and the Heart of the Horse Ranch, to Sequoia Springs, Shoshana and Andrea. Truly a group effort with all involved. For honoring homicide survivors to be a part of such a unique and healing space, we are humbled and extremely proud. Our hearts are filled with gratitude for the experience. Thank you.
And I'm really glad you guys are all here, and I'm really sorry you guys are all here as well. Obviously, this is the sad thing. I'm not sure how to follow up on what Sylvia said, because that was pretty nice and special. You know, all I can hope is that this is a space, not just a labyrinth, but, you know, just this space where if you guys feel like it, you can come out and try and get some reprieve and respite from the world and wherever you're at. I've been working with trauma victims for a long time, and I've lost some people in my life too, and you know, it never really quite goes away, as you guys know. But sometimes there's a little space where it's a little bit less terrible, you know. And if we can find those spaces just time by time, that's really all you can do, I think, and honor the memories of those that you've lost. So hopefully the Labyrinth can provide some of that for you guys, whether it's the Labyrinth or just being out here or feeding a horse or whatever it is. I want this space to be somewhere that you guys feel comfortable to, you know, set up and be able to come out and do some things like that. The reason this is like near and dear to my heart is with Sequoia Springs, we set up a scholarship program like 6 years ago, and one of the first kids on the scholarship was this knucklehead named Darne, and you know, he was not doing well, and but after a couple years he kind of got it together, and he was working here, about to finish high school, go to the military, and just senseless gun violence, right? Gone. So it rocked everybody's world, rocked my world pretty good. And I was like, well, how can I give back in some ways, you know? Obviously this wasn't a family member, but he was somebody very near and dear to my heart. So yeah, that's a little bit of the backstory and why this is important to me. And for you guys to be able to have this space to come out.